A few days ago, I was sitting in front of my desk, and as I was just studying, getting some basic work done, working a little bit on YouTube as well, as soon as I was done with all of that, I get a notification on my phone. And as I checked it, trying to see what's up, I noticed that it was a message from my friend because we were supposed to meet up on the basketball court in a few minutes. So I quickly grabbed my backpack, I grabbed my basketball, I grabbed everything I needed to grab, and I set straight to the basketball court. And as we arrived, what I quickly noticed is that the basketball court was completely empty. There wasn't a living soul with us. Perfect. The more court for us, right? The better. So we started to shoot around. We played a little 1v1, nothing out of the blue, right? It was just me and him, and we were just having fun. All the way until I noticed that from the corner of the basketball court, there was a group of teenagers walking by. And you know what kind of teenagers I'm talking about. Fortunately, everybody walking with a vape in their hand. Everybody got that fake swagger to the walk. You know what I'm talking about. And as soon as I saw these guys, in my mind, I was like, shit, we're fucked. We're fucked because back in the days when I used to train basketball court, I spent a solid 2 years. So half of my high school life playing basketball for my team. There were a few guys who were standing in my way. Right? Obviously, nothing personal, right? I've grown past it, but I had the reputation of the guy who never lived up to his standard. Every time we played a game that didn't matter, whether if it was street ball or some other game, I used to play good. Like, I played generally pretty fine-ish, right? But when we were actually playing on high stakes and things mattered, and it was like now you have to play good, I never lived up to the pressure. I got the reputation of this kind of shitty player, right? So when these guys walked in, I could already smell the trash talk that was gonna come my way, right? Because most of these guys are way younger than me, so they think they're the shit. That's all you need to know. They think they're the shit right now. I've grown past it. I genuinely don't care what these people have to say, right? But as soon as I saw them, I already knew what I'm getting myself into. I already knew that it's going to be anything but fun, right? So what does my friend do? My friend comes up with this amazing idea. And as soon as I heard it, I quickly found out it wasn't that amazing. Because turns out we had a mutual friend. A person who was one of his best friends turned out to be the guy that used to shit talk me the most, right? So he says to me, yo, I have this friend. His name is... Should I text him to come over and play with us? And I looked at him and I was like, you know that guy? And I was a little bit hesitant at first, right? But since it was like 8 or 9 of them and it was only 2 of us, we needed one more guy to at least play 3v3, right? So I agreed. And as soon as this guy came over on his bike, he high-fived everybody, everything's cool. But as soon as he looked into my way, I kind of saw his eyes lit up, right? As if he saw a fucking punching bag, right? His eyes lit up. And the first thing he said is, "Hi, penis head." It doesn't hit the same in English. I swear, it doesn't hit the same in English, right? But as soon as he saw me, it's like he flipped the switch on, right? I just felt, oh man, why did I agree on all of this, right? Because I cut off pretty much all of these people the moment I stopped playing basketball. I only play maybe once every 2 weeks. Just to shoot around and have some fun, right? But I gave up on training it a long time ago. So seeing all of these people again really made me feel unpleasant. It made me feel out of place. Shit, my camera. It made me feel like I was in a place where I shouldn't be. Almost as if I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing. You remember this feeling when you used to play video games when you were supposed to be studying and you have this guilt in the back of your mind telling you, shit, you need to study right now. You know that, right? You know that you should be studying, but then obviously you don't. And that's kind of how I felt. Because as I realized that I was only wasting my time, I started to get these thoughts of, man, I should be working on YouTube right now. I shouldn't be sitting over there. There's nothing to gain for me, I'm past the basketball stage of my life, As shameful as it is to admit. Right now, basketball is only a hobby. I'm definitely not making a career out of it. So I played one game with them The game was fun, right? It's like once you start playing, everything's cool, right? It's only the trash talk afterwards. Especially since my friends was with me there, right? So we couldn't really smoke. There was no smoke going on. But once I came back home, I picked up, I put off all of the things, right? I sat back in front of my desk. As soon as I started working, as soon as I got back in the zone, I just felt so much peace deep down. Almost as if I forgot about the entire story. That is because your environment plays such a crucial role in your life that it is literally the reason whether if you succeed or you don't succeed. And regardless what thing you might be into, right? I'm gonna give you the corniest quote in the world, but you are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. And when 5 of these people are fucking crabs trying to pull you down, you ain't gonna do nothing. And I'm telling you this from experience, right? I'm telling you, I remember 3rd grade of high school, so like 11th grade, I was so locked in on trying to make it to my basketball team. I used to train almost 3 times a week, just basketball. Because I also had my weightlifting workouts. I also had my boxing workouts too, right? This is what it's like to be indecisive. I was out there trying to do a little bit of everything, right? And back when I played basketball and I would show up to these workouts, I would get smoked like 90% of the time, right? I was playing against guys who've been playing basketball their entire lives. And I was just a kid with a dream. I just wanted to make it to my basketball team, right? That was the highest stake ever for me, right? The highest of the rewards I could have gotten. So I kept working and working and working. And I truly believe there have been more times where I humiliated myself than when I actually played good, right? But after all of those months of hard work, I actually made it to the team. But something happened. On my debut, on my very first game, I ended up embarrassing myself. I remember it like it was yesterday. They passed me the ball literally in like the 4th quarter. They let me in on the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. They passed me the ball. I was supposed to go to the other side of the court and make a play. But I had the ball in my fucking hands. I promise you, my friend, that I shot one of the worst fucking air balls of my life. Wait, what? Shit, I was thinking of a completely different story. Oh, debut. As soon as they passed me the ball and I was about to make it to the other side of the court, there was a guy behind me who yoinked the ball away from me, pushed me over, right? And he scored underneath my own basket. And I remember as that happened, I looked at everybody on the stage. I felt like I was at a sitcom, All I saw were like laughs and fingers pointing at me. I felt humiliated, right? But it was these kind of experiences that have crafted me the most, right? Because those negative experiences, as long as they have lessons to them and as long as they have meaning, are they really negative? Because there's a difference in between you just learning things, actually going through the discomfort, and you being in the wrong place. Discomfort isn't necessarily bad. That's not the issue. What's the issue is that you are wasting your own potential by hanging around with crabs, with these unnecessary people into your life, right? These people used to hold me down. Whilst I was over there training, trash talk was coming at me left and right, They nicknamed me, I had so many fucking nicknames, right? But they nicknamed me Iverson because he was my favorite player. But the joke was that I couldn't play shit, right? I played nothing like Allen Iverson, right? That was the fucking joke, right? Once I actually made it to the team, they gave me number 12 on my shirt. The number when you call emergencies in Poland is 112. So that was another joke that they kept throwing at me, right? Because every time I was on the basketball court, somebody needs to call 112 to pick my ass up, right? That's like the 9/11 of in the US, right? So get the narrative. Don't force your way around people who don't bring in anything into your life. Because once I actually started hanging around the right people, brother, my life escalated like an escalator. I promise you. Once I found friends that truly cared for my values, once I found friends who I could actually talk about YouTube with and I wouldn't get made fun of, right? Because, oh my God, you're trying to be an influencer or whatever. I started to skyrocket my progress, right? Because now I had people supporting me. I had people who actually wanted to help me. And if you see where my channel is at right now, over the past few videos, the views have been going up, right? Sure, I haven't been uploading as much because I'm graduating school in a bit and life's kind of a mess lately. But you will see that I'm fucking cooking behind the scenes, right? And the amount of progress that I've gained. Whilst you can't really see it, right? Because you don't know what's going on behind the screen. I feel amazing. And it was all because of the support I've gotten. It was all because of who I surrounded myself with. The word environment doesn't mean just the place you're in, right? Although the place itself also has a meaning. The people you surround yourself with are also part of your environment. So remember that. And if you're looking for an environment which will help you grow, you know, not trying to suggest much, right? But I have a Discord server where we discuss lots of social skills, debated topics, a lot of accountability. You know, we have weekly calls as well, so you'll get dozens of opportunities to talk to me directly. And I can pretty much assure you that if you were to join my Discord server today, I'll be the first person to welcome you there. I can literally shake my hand on this, right? Because you won't find a community like mine anywhere else in the world. But it's on you to find out. You know, I'm not going to sit there and try to motivate you even further. It's on you to do that, all right? If you want to do that, go right ahead. If not, keep wasting your life, whatever. But yeah, if you want to talk to me directly, join the Discord, do all of that. If not, you could click all the videos if you want. You should subscribe as well. If you made it all the way here, comment the word, animal harassment. Comment the word cat, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it all the way here. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.